Nonpharmacologic management, just an overview. Psychotherapy. So, going back to yung story ni Jessica Cruz, this is her attending a therapy session during the first part, particularly CBT. We see that a lot. Exercise, aerobic exercise, 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week for 9 weeks of clinical trials. The evidence is pretty bad quality, actually. Ang daming studies, but the quality of evidence is bad. But yet, it's a low-cost intervention. Kailangan lang ng konting motivation. So, why not, right? Light therapy, this is more for seasonal affective disorder, although the evidence is still in question. Pero, for people who live in winter countries, konti lang yung sunlight, yun, this is one option for them. Evidence-based alternatives, onti lang. So, sa PICOG, St. John's Wort. Si Saffron, nabanggit ko yan sa ibang section sa PICOG. Small studies. So, maraming evidence talaga is for St. John's Wort. Kaso lang mahal kasi healthy options pa siyang bibili. Not as commonplace. Neurostimulation, yung mga ECT, then sleep hygiene. Yung picture na yan, pangit yan. We discussed it when I was teaching physio. Nothing in the bed is sacred, for sleep or sex only. Nothing else. Only your self, actually, and the bed. No lights, no sound, no anything. Yan. Okay, just some examples of therapies that we use. Therapy in general can synergize with meds. CBT, usually CBT is very popular, but the most evidence is really in CBT. The thoughts, the thought patterns and the behaviors, to challenge those. Interpersonal therapy, predicting the relationships, behavioral activation, mindfulness, etc. Regarding self-help, interestingly, I'm not endorsing this book. The book is only here because yan yung maraming clinical trials. I don't know why. Yan yung inaral lang. But there are other books din na recommended for self-help. If wala kayong access to therapist or therapang doctor, sometimes I send resources to people I've sent once to someone in a far-flung area. Iniwan siya doon ng family niya. Di wala tayong magawa. I just gave whatever we had at the moment na lang. And then other therapies up and coming na telepsychology, telepsychiatry, digital, internet-based. Ito yung neurostimulation. RTMS, magnets, using magnets. Let me show the picture. Yan, using magnetic coils. No, ito, mas okay siya for people na ayaw ng anesthesia, hindi masyadong invasive. Yun, kasi magnet lang talaga. Kaso less lasting ang benefits niya compared to ECT. In ECT naman, you're inducing low-grade seizures. Yun, using electrodes. Kailangan trained personnel, may anesthesia, may mas relaxant, higher success rates. And as you see, there are more safeguards in place na compared to dati. Other methods for neurostimulation, understudy ba? You can research it if you want to. Evidence-based alternatives, I mentioned exercise, light therapy, St. John's Wort. Si yoga, low evidence. Let me just clarify, low evidence din si yoga. So it's hard to say din. Pero again, low cost. Low risk as long as di naman risky yung techniques na gagawin mo. Yun. The rest there, medyo iffy pa sa evidence talaga. We consider those kapag walang initial response na talaga. St. John's Wort, be careful lang. Dami niyang interaction. So kasama yan sa CYP inducers, ang potent yan. So if you're gonna give, plus serotonin syndrome risk. So it's not, plant naman yan, safe yan. Careful. Right? Not recommended kasi tryptophan daw precursor ng serotonin. Pero, not recommended. No clear evidence sila ng clinical guidelines. Right. Okay, we made it. So, congrats. That's just for depression. So, if you finish na antipsychotics, then this is the second biggest chunk, really. Mood stabilizers, 4 lang naman yun. So, kaya na, di ba? Of interest din, controversial, ketamine. Talk a bit about ketamine. So, S-ketamine was recently approved in the US for refractory depression. You've tried all the meds, walang gumana. You've tried therapy, walang gumana. Now, people think it works through N-methyl-D-aspartate receptor antagonism or NMDA receptor antagonism. But this view started to change because we've noticed that the effects of ketamine are antagonized by naltrexone, an opioid antagonist. What does that mean? It means posibleng opioid agonist like yung effects niya. Or just giving an opioid? No. The beauty in ketamine is the effects are interesting. Kanina, may delay in onset 1 to 2 weeks, right, for antidepressants. Pero ito, onset of action, 24 hours. 24 hours may effect. And number 2, it can even cause immediate response in acute suicidal ideation. So intense, diba? Wow. Does it come with drawbacks? Yes. Cardiovascular. Ketamine is an S2 drug for very good reasons because it can cause cardiovascular concerns if not administered properly. You need a trained anesthesiologist and you need the adequate facilities and equipment. So, hindi to pwedeng outpatient. Kailangan, and hindi lang to pwede basta-basta bara-bara sa hospital. No, you need special facilities, trained personnel, the S2, and other licenses for the hospital, the pharmacy, and dissociation risk. It can cause psychosis. If the person has schizophrenia, you do not give ketamine or they will hallucinations, delusions, dissociation. Plus, the other effects that we're still learning. So there's a lot of uncertainty here. Very risky sa ketamine. So the dose, if you're curious, it's 0.5 milligram per kilogram infusion. Pero again, it's not really something, kumbaga, tame the hype. Daming hype, pero we're waiting for the dust to settle pa lang. Right? Okay, so thank you. These are the references, again, my main references. But for undergrads, Thoughts Essentials for Pharmacology and the accompanying prescriber's guide are more than enough na for now. And I just want to emphasize, ayan, yung disciplinary meta-analysis, maganda yan. Okay, now for the conclusion to the story of Jessica Cruz.
Kilowog! Wake up! Call the others! In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light!
Limelight